yeah, his name is Oleg Penkovsky. Penkovsky means it's a Russian name, okay? In 1959, he joined the army intelligence of KGB. KGB, Mossad, this is called spy intelligence. Have you heard about the RAW? Have you heard about the Mossad? Have you heard about the CIA? Such as in the time of Soviet Union, it was the army intelligence, KGB. KGB full form, if you want, I can tell that. KGB is in Russian. Please don't try to caricature me. KGB means Kemetai Gasudrastovana Dasubasnosny. So this is the meaning of KGB. KGB is the Russian name, okay, KGB. So after 1945, World War has ended, and there was a bloc politics, two blocks. The first bloc was headed by USSR. Have you heard about the name of this one? Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, Lenin, Gramsci, Herbert Marcuse. These are based on the communist ideologies. What is communism? Means, it is, I will tell you communist story in one more class, 5 minutes I will take, okay? Communism means that everything held by the government. There is no private property, there is no liberty, there is no election. Everything based on the ideology of these forefathers like Karl Marx, Lenin, Mao. These ideologies based on that. So Soviet Union was established at that time when Bolshevik revolution takes place. Many things like that. So not needed for that. In 1945, the one more bloc is headed by the USA. It propagated the ideology of capitalism. Capitalism means what? It is the idea based on capital. Capital means the money, assets. This is what capitalism is. That in capitalism, government acts as a facilitator and regulator, and it does not involve in production and manufacturing. Nothing. These two both are antithetical ideologies. Antadre viruddhavadanತ ideologies ಆಗಿದ್ದು capitalism and communism in 1945. So later what happened is that Cold War means there is always a crush between these kind of the two power blocks. Always between the USA and USSR, they started increasing their weapons. Like it is about to happen war, but the war was not happened at all. Okay, in 1959, this Oleg Penkovsky, what he did, he started believing that we don't have any kind of liberty, equality, fraternity, democracy. We don't have that human rights. You can't speak anything against these kind of communist leaders. You cannot, at that time, you cannot speak anything against the Lenin. He was the dictator of that time. So you cannot speak. There was no liberty. Liberty and concept. So what he did, he believed, he asked the question, he went against the rule. He started thinking about it. So what he did, he started transferring all the intelligence reports of the Soviet Union to the CIA, Mossad agents, MI5. These agents he started. So in 1962, what happened was Cuban Missile Crisis. If you look at Cuba, this is the US, this is the Cuba. In that Cuba, what they did was Soviet Union put the missiles. A number of the missiles they put. They were about to put on it was under nuclear radar. Almost all states was under nuclear radar. For example, Michigan, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Texas. Major US states was under the radar of these kind of the Cuban, nuclear program. So what US did was, US put the nuclear arsenals in the Europe, like East Germany, Warsaw, Poland, to put on this one, Moscow, Petersburg. So they put the nuclear arsenals. If you can imagine, nuclear war would destroy after whole world situation was different. So what he did was, the one man thinking, he believed that the Western country was good, that freedom is good, liberty was good. So what he did, he transferred all the intelligence material to them, CIA, Mossad. In 1962, literally Kennedy was the president at that time, and he was heading the last meeting that US will go first war on them. US put nuclear bomb on them. It was the last meeting. At that time, his report came, and he told them, don't go for war. Please go for approach the diplomatic way. Still 20 to 30 days still remaining, like to set up the nuclear programs. So you don't go for a war. Take a diplomatic approach. So US was about to go for a war, and about to a war was happened. But because of his one belief, one man thinking, one man ideas, it prevented the whole World War III in 1962. So what is the lesson of this story is that the way that prevented the World War III, one man belief, at the present time, your one man or woman ideas, one man or woman thinking can revolutionize, change the future course of history. How his thinking has changed. Always